What's up, Commanders fans? Welcome back to Commanders HQ, your home for everything burgundy and gold. This team is working harder than ever to perfect the little things, and that commitment to constant improvement is what's going to bring big-time results in 2025. Before we jump into today's exclusive story, I've got one quick ask. Smash that like button if you love this team, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a single update on the journey we're all on together. Now, let's get into it because we've got two huge developments coming out of Ashburn, one on the wide receiver front with a possible new veteran addition, and another involving one of the most inspiring rise to relevant stories on the roster. Former New England Patriots wide receiver Kendrick Bourne is officially visiting the Washington Commanders, and if things go well, this could be one of those low-cost, high-reward moves that makes Adam Peters look like a genius yet again. According to reports, Bourne visited the 49ers on Monday and then traveled to Washington on Tuesday to meet with the Commanders' staff. The timing here is fascinating. Bourne had requested and been granted his release from New England after a frustrating stint marred by injuries, and now he's looking for the right home to relaunch his career. For those who might not remember, Bourne's breakout season came back in 2021 with the Patriots when he posted 55 catches for 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. That year, he showed he could be a reliable playmaker, a strong route runner, and a physical receiver who thrived in contested catch situations. But since then, injuries have slowed him down, including an ACL tear in 2023 and nagging foot issues that carried into this preseason. The good news? Bourne recently dropped a workout video on YouTube showing he's moving well again. He said his foot feels great and he's ready for his next opportunity. That's music to the ears of a Commanders team that has put a strong emphasis this offseason on depth at every position. Now, let's be real. The Commanders are already strong at the top of the wide receiver chart. Terry McLaurin is the unquestioned alpha. Debo Samuel, the big offseason acquisition, brings toughness and versatility. Noah Brown is penciled in as a steady third option, but football is a long season. Injuries happen, depth matters, and adding someone like Bourne behind that trio could be a smart insurance policy. What makes this even more intriguing is the reunion factor. Bourne spent his first 4 years in San Francisco, where he played alongside, you guessed it, Debo Samuel. Chemistry matters, familiarity matters, and Bourne would be walking into a locker room where he already has built-in trust with one of the leaders. That could make for a smooth transition if Peters decides to pull the trigger. The competition angle is another factor. If Bourne signs, he'd likely be battling rookie Jalen Lane for the WR4 spot. And you know what competition does? It sharpens everybody. If Lane beats out Bourne, that means the rookie is pushing himself to another level. If Bourne wins the spot, you've got a proven vet with playoff experience ready to step in when called. Either way, Washington gets better. Think about the balance here. Reliable hands, size, toughness, and postseason experience, that's what Bourne brings. And if he's truly healthy, this could quietly become one of the more underrated moves of the offseason. While the possible addition of Kendrick Bourne is making headlines, there's another story out of Ashburn that deserves just as much attention: the stunning rise of Chris Rodriguez Jr. Let's be honest, not many people expected Rodriguez to play a major role in 2025. He was seen as a fringe player, someone fighting just to make the 53-man roster. But what he's done this offseason has been nothing short of remarkable. The Commanders made a bold move by trading former starter Brian Robinson Jr. to the San Francisco 49ers for a 6th-round pick. That was a calculated decision, and it doesn't happen unless the front office and coaching staff had supreme confidence in Rodriguez and rookie Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. Rodriguez earned that confidence the hard way. He reshaped his body, got leaner, got faster, and focused on becoming the kind of explosive, versatile back Cliff Kingsbury wants in his offense. Suddenly, he's not just fighting for a roster spot, he's carving out a real role. Head coach Dan Quinn had glowing words for Rodriguez recently. When somebody can demonstrate over and over again that they're willing to put in the work, find the right read, not just the physical skill, but mentally and on the special teams, he's a player that this team really trusts. We really have a lot of confidence in him. He's just somebody that through practice and through the opportunities that he gets, he really delivers on that. I like his fight. I like that he really worked hard to change his body, and those are things that when people continue to show you that, then you pay attention. That's about as strong as an endorsement as you're going to hear from Quinn. And it's not just talk. Rodriguez has already been tabbed as the team's likely short yardage and goal line back. With Robinson gone, those critical downs are now Rodriguez's to own. This is what makes the story so special. Here's a guy who's bounced on and off the practice squad, overlooked by almost everyone, and instead of folding, he put his head down and went to work. Now he's on the verge of becoming a real contributor in an offense that wants to spread defenses out and hit them with quick strikes. Having a tough, no-nonsense runner like Rodriguez ready to punch the ball in inside the 5-yard line, that's invaluable. And let's not overlook the bigger picture here. This is exactly the kind of story that shows what's different about the Commanders under Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. Nothing is handing out. Every roster spot is earned. And if you prove you belong, you'll get your shot. Rodriguez proved it. It's no secret, Commanders fans, the Terry McLaurin contract saga was one of the biggest storylines of the offseason. Months of uncertainty, no minicamp, no training camp, barely a glimpse of number 17 in Ashburn, and fans started to ask the big question. Would this drag on so long that it damaged the chemistry between Jayden Daniels and his top target? Well, Jayden Daniels has a message for everyone doubting Terry McLaurin and for anyone thinking his time away showed disrespect to the team. That won't fly in this locker room. Daniels didn't hold back. He told reporters flat out that the chemistry hasn't gone anywhere. We didn't have a whole camp, so now it's about getting reps. But the chemistry, that never leaves. And let's be real here. He's right. Terry McLaurin isn't just another wide receiver trying to fit in. He's the unquestioned alpha of this receiving room, a Pro Bowler, a team captain, and the heartbeat of this offense. If there's one guy who can step right back in, pick up where things left off, and immediately demand respect, it's Terry. But here's where it gets even more exciting.
Last season, what we saw from Jayden Daniels and Terry McLaurin was nothing short of special. Daniels, the rookie who electrified the NFL. McLaurin, the veteran leader hungry to prove himself in big moments. Together, they gave Commanders fans one of the most exciting offensive connections in football. Yes, the long contract standoff wasn't ideal. Yes, missing months of reps matters. But here's the reality. Terry McLaurin isn't a diva. He's not a guy who shows up out of shape looking for excuses. He trained, he stayed sharp, he's always been that kind of professional. And the early word from Ashburn, he's back. He's locked in, and he's already reestablishing himself as the alpha in this offense, the tone setter for the entire wide receiver group. And you better believe Jayden Daniels loves that. Because for a young quarterback, having a steady veteran who can not only dominate on Sundays, but also guide the younger receivers is absolutely priceless. Now, while all eyes are on McLaurin and Daniels, let's not overlook the other big storyline here, Debo Samuel. That's right, the Commanders traded for Debo back in March, and while his contract situation means this could be his one and only year in Washington, don't underestimate what he brings to the table. Debo Samuel is the ultimate X factor. We've seen it before. In 2021, he was one of the most unstoppable players in the NFL. Over 1,400 receiving yards, nearly 400 rushing yards, 14 total touchdowns. A one-man wrecking crew. Now, the past 3 years haven't lived up to that level, and part of that is injuries, part of it is fit within San Francisco's offense. But a fresh start in Washington, a new quarterback in Daniels, a veteran running mate in McLaurin, this could be exactly what Debo needs to bounce back. CBS Sports even listed him as a bounce-back candidate for 2025, pointing out that he had an impressive training camp in Washington. And I've got to tell you, watching him work alongside McLaurin in practice, it already looks like Jayden Daniels has two weapons who can absolutely change games. So let's zoom out here. McLaurin's contract is done. Daniels has made it clear any disrespect around Terry won't be tolerated. Debo Samuel is in the mix, hungry to prove he's still got all-pro juice in the tank. This is the recipe for something really special. Think about it. Daniels gets stability with McLaurin, a trusted weapon he knows will always be where he needs him. Debo brings unpredictability. Defenses won't know if he's lining up wide, in the slot, or even in the backfield. Together, they open up opportunities for guys like Noah Brown, Luke McCaffrey, and rookies fighting for snaps. And here's where I think fans should be especially excited: the culture. Terry McLaurin is the ultimate professional. Debo Samuel is the ultimate competitor. You put those two in the same room, add in Daniels' swagger and work ethic, and suddenly you've got a wide receiver core that isn't just talented, it's built to lead. And now, it's go time. Week 1, Sunday, against the New York Giants. McLaurin is back, Debo is set to make his Commanders debut, and Jayden Daniels gets his first full season opener as QB1. Tell me that doesn't get your blood pumping. I don't care what the critics say. I don't care who doubts whether McLaurin is ready or whether Debo is past his prime. The truth is simple. When you combine elite talent, proven leadership, and a quarterback hungry to take the next step, you get a team ready to punch above its weight from the opening kickoff. And if McLaurin and Debo both come out swinging, look out, because this offense could surprise a lot of people fast. So here we are. On one side, you've got the possibility of adding Kendrick Bourne, a veteran wideout with playoff experience and chemistry with Debo, who could bolster the depth chart. On the other side, you've got Chris Rodriguez Jr., a homegrown underdog who's turned hard work and resilience into a real opportunity. These two stories, while different, show the same theme. The Commanders are building a roster based on competition, resilience, and depth. Every player who comes in knows nothing is guaranteed. Every player who's already here knows their job isn't safe unless they keep grinding. And for fans, that's exactly what you want to see, a team that refuses to settle. Washington isn't just chasing a playoff spot in 2025. They're chasing something bigger, sustained success year after year, and the moves they make, whether it's taking a flyer on a guy like Bourne or betting big on the rise of Rodriguez, all point toward a culture where hard work and opportunity meet. Now I want to hear from you, Commanders fans. What do you think? Should Washington sign Kendrick Bourne and add him as depth behind McLaurin, Debo, and Brown? Do you see him as a possible steal if he stays healthy? And how excited are you about Chris Rodriguez Jr. stepping into a bigger role? Do you believe he can become the kind of short yardage hammer this team has been missing? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is your team and your voice matters here at Commanders HQ. And hey, before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. It helps the channel more than you know. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you're always plugged into the latest Commanders news, rumors, and insider stories. This season feels different, folks. Competition is real, depth is building, and the Commanders are getting stronger every single day. HTTC, and I'll see you in the next one.